Good evening, everybody. It is 10:15. Punch in and welcome to episode 25 of the NXT Night Shift. I am one third of the Indie Wrestling Guide podcast and live tonight from the set of The Dean Martin Show, a TV variety comedy series that ran from 1965 to 1974 for 264 episodes on NBC. Let's say the series was a staple for NBC, airing Thursdays at 10 for 8 years until it's moved to Fridays for the final season and a change in format. It was more popular among white-collar workers than blue-collar ones. A 1968 survey ranked the show number 2 among white-collar workers in the highest-ranked first-run series, ranking ahead of an overall first-place program, The Andy Griffith Show. I'm Jay Golden. With me, as always, someone who will definitely dress as Caillou for Halloween.
Okay.
The Mr. Clean to my Kojak, the Vin Diesel to my Dwayne Johnson, the Uncle Fester to my Professor X. These are all bold references, folks. It is the host of the On the Mark podcast. It's Mr. OTM. It's Kyle.
When I think of bald greats, I think of Michael Jordan, I think of Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I think of me, myself, Mr. OTM. Thank you, Jay Gold. Appreciate that.
Well, all right, Kyle. So this weekend, I had 4 10-year-olds sleeping over at my house. And I will say, yeah. What?
No, that's it. Nothing. Go on.
The amount of noise that comes out of their faces will haunt my dreams forever. They didn't go to sleep till 6:30 in the morning, and then we had to wake them up at noon because we were going to Create a Pro. We had a wedding to go to, and it was 2 sleepy Goldsteins going to the show. And I want to say, shout out to our friend Stan from Burlington who's going through it right now. But word on the street is he may be back sooner than later. And I did, as always, get a fax from Stan, even though I don't have the fax machine.
Wow. How did you pull it off?
I don't know, but this is what it says. It says, "Hey, Jay Gold, finally back in the States. A little busy getting my affairs in order." And a little word to the wise, if you're trying to get from Spain to Paris to see Clash in Paris, I wouldn't suggest raising money by selling fentanyl and fake religious artifacts in Gibraltar. Okay, gotta go. Bye.
That sounds about
Stan.
right.
Thanks, man. Stay out of trouble and out of Interpol. All right, brother.
So that explains the absence. Understand?
Yeah, that would do it. He couldn't get himself back in the country. So I hope everybody watched the review of my Baconator and Crunchwrap mix sandwich. I have been lectured, I have been cheered, and I have disgusted many folks, including my wife. But it warms my heart that we have so many viewers and listeners who enjoy it. And as I said on IW Guide this week, if you have a wrestling-related food or recipe you'd like to see in a video, now, I don't do reviews, but I will try it. Let us know here at the Night Shift, on the Night Shift at X or IW Guide 1 on X, and anywhere you consume our great content. And I may just happen to do that because I do have some free time, if you know what I mean. As we say, let's lace up the high-need boot Converse and light it up. Tune in to CW11, and let's go live to the great state of Indiana, home of the historic Cook Theater, constructed in 1900, Kyle. The Cook Theater is both large and intimate, and a feat fostered by the rich, intricately patterned wood walls and ceilings, outstanding acoustics, and original chandelier in Indianapolis, Indiana. We're going on a trip on our favorite rocket ship, going through the sky, Little Einsteins, on our way to apparently No Mercy in Florida. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. Welcome to the Wrestling Road Trip. It is the NXT Night Shift. Kyle, it is the penultimate episode leading us up to Homecoming, and all I can say is, wow, that was a fun one tonight.
The vibes are high. Going into it, I'm not going to lie, kind of a rough day at work. I had to actually work a full day, which is very, rare in my industry, I guess you could say. But nonetheless, I was like, okay, NXT looks decent tonight. Kind of excited for it, but, I'm going to watch it regardless. It doesn't really matter. They stepped it up. They know that, hey, NXT Homecoming's in a week. We really got to make people tune into this thing. And I feel like NXT's been a very consistent show these past couple weeks.
It sure has. It's been very good. And, good. GBH, listen, we need to, we'll talk, now that I have your phone number and all, but we need to talk about I was thinking, and I mentioned on the IW Guide, is that I'm thinking of buying the WWF cookbook from back in the day.
That's a thing?
Oh, yeah. You look it up on Amazon. The WWF cookbook is I'm going to take some of those recipes. Come on, we're not there yet.
He's about my height, yeah.
And I would say the WWF cookbook has stuff like canes, like meatballs and crap like that. And I'm going
Hmm.
to do that. And I think I'm going to make stuff and do some more content with like
There we
ridiculous
go. And
recipes.
we could bring it to the Airbnb when you come to SummerSlam next year in Minneapolis, because that's
Yes,
still going to happen.
I agree, and I think I'm gonna start doing some of that because I think we have something there as far as content goes. If anybody enjoyed it, feel free to let me know. And if even if it disgusted you, because most people were
It did
disgusted by it.
disgust me, and like the
Yeah,
Main Event Wrestling Network said on the social media, nobody asked for this, but
right.
we got it anyways. So if you actually want to ask for it, Jay Gold will do it, like he said.
Yeah.
But you guys should also give us a subscription, because I think we're 11 away right now from 200 on the Main Event Wrestling Network. So
Yeah.
just do it. I mean, we got so much stuff to give away right now.
Yeah, I have cards, and I have to send some to GBH as well. But I'm also going to give away a bunch of cards. So a WrestleP, get it? I like that.
I do see
Big Show flapjacks.
A WrestleP for WrestlePalooza.
I like that. I think we might have to do that for WrestlePalooza.
I'll be there, baby. I can't wait.
I can't believe you get to go to that. That's a hoot.
Dude,
I'm
they're
very
like
jealous.
really building that card to be like a WrestleMania kind of level.
Yeah. I think it's going to be besides Homecoming, I think WrestlePalooza is going to be like the
Good
most
week
fun
next week.
Yeah.
Really good week.
But Homecoming looks like it's going to be a super fun show, but I have to say this one was really fun. And to start off
Stars
as hot
galore.
as it did. Yeah, but it started off Javon Evans and Josh Briggs, and I give Josh Briggs all the trouble in the world because of his dumb vest and the rest of his
The
nonsense. But
smoking
you know what?
skull.
Yeah, but I'm glad he didn't come down with that. But you know what? They started off smoking hot with this match, and Evans was literally felt like he had springs in his sneakers. Like, you remember the movie Flubber?
Yeah, I actually do know that one. Yeah.
That's what I feel like he's jumping around. He jumps so high without needing like a trampoline.
Just
It's
when
amazing.
you think he can't top something he did the last week, he
Yeah.
does it the next week. I don't know how he's going to keep doing this because he's so young, but man, every time Briggs and Evans have a match, I'm not talking together, I'm talking separately. These two just get it, man. These are NXT staples right now. They are holding it down for the men's division for real. And now I think Briggs is probably going to be in line to get another opportunity at the title. He ain't going to win it, but hey, you got to line up challengers for Oba because nobody's going to beat Oba Femi.
I can't believe I'm going to say this. He deserves it. No,
Wow,
I don't
see?
love him.
Even the Great Brown Hope knows. Jay Gold loves Josh Briggs. We could put that on a T-shirt as well.
I can't believe it.
Which, by the way, Great Brown Hope, I want to know if you'd be interested. You can't spell old without Jay Gold on a T-shirt. What do we think? Or we could put this on a T-shirt. What do we think? Can we put this on a T-shirt?
That's my COVID mustache. I hope everybody likes it. I was going to keep it too, but the wife hates it. So.
Can you make a deal with me?
Yeah.
If we get to 300 subscribers by the end of this year, 250 by the end of this year,
sure,
you bring this back.
Certainly will. Not a problem. That is an easy yes
enough.
and yes. Absolutely.
Yes. Look
So
at that. The J in J Gold stands for Josh Briggs.
Oh no.
We got to get the Great Brown Hope on the night shift one of these times.
Yes, we do. And no, it doesn't. So anyway, Briggs beats Javon Evans now. Look, it was bigger for Briggs. Javon Evans doesn't need the win with just how you can put him anywhere. But Briggs needed something to give him a little more credibility, and that's a good one, especially with the way he won. I didn't mind the chain spot. I saw him take it off. I'm like, oh, that's a good one. Okay.
No, it is. It's a creative way to still kind of protect Javon Evans in a way, too. It's not a clean win by Briggs. And Javon, I'm sure, will get another opportunity, too, because they're going to keep that story of he just keeps getting to the top, but he can't win the big one. Yeah. He'll get his shining moment eventually, but I'm curious on if this is like Josh Briggs' end in NXT, or they maybe going to give him a call up. And
Please
honestly, I
It'll
wouldn't
ruin him.
hate it. He could be a body for somebody. I'm not saying he's going to be a star on the main roster.
No, I'm not
who
saying
on the
because
main
he's
roster
bad.
could use like maybe a Carmelo Hayes. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not saying because he's bad. I'm saying because I'm noticing now if there's no space and they plug a guy in, it doesn't work. Like you'll overdo it. And here's what I'm thinking. Javon Evans is, speaking of these homecoming matches and everything.
Yeah,
Javon Evans is slowly becoming the Sami Zayn of this generation in NXT, where he's going to lose a bunch, but when he finally does win, they're going to carry him out on their shoulders. That's exactly what's going to happen to him.
So when Javon Evans challenges the next, great superstar like Sammy did to Cena, it's just going to be the same
him.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't like Sami Zayn now, but I loved Sami Zayn NXT.
I was gonna say, would you be booing him like Chicago did?
No, I don't know why they booed him. I didn't get it.
It was just because they wanted to cheer for Cena. I mean, they interrupted. He did interrupt Cena, so I did get why people would be pissed.
I don't boo anybody.
Jay Gold sits there like this.
I do with Bagelmonger from ETU and with Fish. We sit there with like this. We're like this. And then if something really good happens, if something really good happens, we'll really get in it. Yeah, we'll get in it. But
I forgot I did go to a show with you. It was only for a couple hours, but that wasn't really a normal show. No, everybody was standing. That was a shit show. That
show blows. Yeah, that one was.
That one was one of the worst shows I've ever been to. Even though we still got to see the Hardys and Matt Cardona. That was cool.
Yeah, and your boy Tommy Invincible.
Voices in the air.
So, by the way, we went to Create a Pro on.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was telling Butters the best match of the night was Anthony Green and Channing Thomas. Anthony Green was in NXT as August Gray.
I thought it was Augustus Gloop.
And they went against the Shooter Boys, who are like they're their tag champs, but the Shooter Boys are also on like Limp Beyond and all those. And Sidney Bacabella was their manager, was Anthony Green. And that was the best match and the best use of a manager on the indies I've ever, like, Sidney Bacabella is the greatest. I love it.
Did your daughter enjoy the show?
Yes, she loved it because the wedding was awesome at the end. They did.
You got to love a wrestling wedding,
here's the best part. By the way, in Fish, I didn't even tell you missed this. And I got to tell Andrew.
Damn it, Fish.
I hate Slade. You know the wrestler Slade?
Yeah, I've heard the name. I don't think I know.
I think he's horrible, but he came out, and he brings the door and he puts the bride through the door, and then when they smash the cake, Bear Bronson comes out and he starts feeding Slade cake in the middle of the ring, and Slade eats it out of his hands, and I'm like, now I can like Slade. He's showing off a little bit more personality. Like I like that very much.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's not as good as Biff Busick. He's not. You remember Biff Busick?
I do not.
So what was Biff Busick's name in NXT? He was with the English guy. They were the tag team. Oni Lorcan.
Oh, Oni Lorcan. Then I do know who that is.
Yeah, and he was Biff Busick on the
Danny Burch and Oni Lorcan. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Fish. Nomi took her tooth out when she came out. She was missing the front tooth. She got one knocked out. Yeah. Because her and Bronson came out and gave them a wedding gift.
Oh, it was that's what you're responding to. Okay.
Yeah. So
you're just talking out your ass. Oh, no. You usually are.
Anyway, okay, so we got Briggs winning the match, and then we get into the office, and we have Ava with Oba and Ricky, and hey, what's up, Mike? And then and so we're getting them on. I thought they were fighting at that pay-per-view, but they're gonna at Homecoming, but they're gonna do it at No Mercy, I guess, right?
They probably should save it for No Mercy because that Homecoming card is too stacked.
Right, they're gonna be on the Grayson Waller effect.
Yeah, the NXT title would have been like overshadowed by all these big names coming back, so it makes sense. Make the NXT title the focus for No Mercy.
Yeah, I guess you're right there. And then Trick comes in and he talks and he's like, I'm going to confront DIY. Now, something I noticed tonight, and I don't know if you did, what was with all the signs like in the crowd that were pre-made, ridiculous looking, like, thank you, Triple H, and I love HBK.
Oh, was that? I didn't even really notice that.
Ethan sucks. But they were like pre-made, like with the fans love getting themselves
maybe
over.
They're trying to, they're like WWE's kind of trying to plant the signs in the crowd.
Well, that's what it looked like. That's why I was asking you if maybe you thought it was like
I didn't notice that. No, I'm going to have to go back and pay attention to it.
Yeah, I wasn't happy about it. I was like, what is this shit? Like, why are they
I noticed it for the flag match, but that's typical for something like that. It's such a gimmicky match,
The USA signs, but those also seem printed out already and ready to go.
Oh, they probably were. I'm telling you.
Yeah. So we get DIY and Trick in the ring.
My favorite.
And then Mello. And you know what? I know Fish can make jokes about his size, but you know what? I love Mello in NXT.
He was star in NXT.
He was unbeatable.
He's a guy in NXT, and it's crazy. That music hits on the main roster, that's the reaction you get right there. Silence. Yep. But in NXT, mega pop for him. He got a bigger pop than Tyler Breeze.
He sure did, which is also another thing we'll talk about, which I was a little disappointed because I love Tyler Breeze.
We both do, yeah. We're OGs around here. Yeah. Once again, I'm seeing a lot of people starting to get into the NXT, weekly grind like us.
Yeah.
I respect it. I do, but just because we've only done 25 episodes doesn't mean we haven't been watching NXT that long. We're day ones over here. Day ones.
Listen, day ones, and if you weren't down with Richie Steamboat, you were not a day one NXT guy.
Wow,
right?
What a pull. What a name.
Right. Richie Steamboat was my guy until he got hurt.
Holy shit. Now you really make me want to think of a deep pull like that.
Give me something even deeper than that on those original NXT shows. Come on, you can do it.
I can't right now. I can't.
I will think of them.
Well, I'll think on that as the show goes on. I'll think of one.
This is what I want to ask
I do a lot of vitamins. Sorry.
Yes, and go into the comments, Kyle, and you too. Tonight, I think the goal is to come up with, as we go, the randomest original NXT names you can think of.
This is going to be hard while I'm doing a show, so the chat is really going to have to help us out.
So as we go, I want to hear about, and I'm not talking about the ones who were in the last 5-6 years. I'm talking about 10, 12 years ago.
Okay, I think I got one off the top of my head because I got actually free tickets from him, and I think it's kind of random.
Okay.
David Otunga.
Yeah, he's an original Nexus member. Okay. All right, he wasn't...
Hey, there's Roman Reigns' first name right there.
Yeah.
Leaky,
Leaky,
or something like that. Yeah.
And then let me... oh, man, now I'm going to have to do this all night, but I love it. I'll come up with stuff. All right. We're going to get into this, too, which I think, again, I'm going to highlight this again as one of my favorite things now in NXT. The speed matches. Mm-hmm. I am really, really happy that they found a place for speed, and it's on NXT.
Can I be honest, though?
What?
The lady from AAA, she wasn't good.
Fabi Apache?
She was moving in slow motion. It was just...
So
speed. I like the concept. I agree with you on the concept.
Yeah,
we kind of talked about it a little bit last week, too.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to work here in NXT. And we got a good one with Lainey Reed and Candice LeRae to figure out who's going to face Soul, which I got plenty of comments on Soul. But yeah, whoever that AAA superstar wasn't moving that great.
I'm going to say also we got...
205 Live was actually kind of good.
Yeah. 205 Live was actually awesome. And everybody who loved 205 Live will say it loved it. Loved 205
Well, I mean,
Live.
that basically just came from all the people that, were a part of the Cruiserweight Classic. That's who was part of 205 Live.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why it was so good. Let's see, NXT. I'm trying to think of something.
Looking up?
I'm looking up original NXT roster on Hulu because I want to find the originals of who was on that, the original NXT.
You're talking the Hulu launch, right?
Yes. Yeah, I'm trying to think of and I'm not talking about the Nexus.
This is why we need an intern. So guys, if you want to be our intern, we'll sign you up right now.
Definitely. Yeah, we'll definitely do that because we need...
We did not get dressed up for the 25th.
What's that?
That's what P-Man said. Is he talking about the 25th episode we didn't get dressed up for?
Oh, no, this is the quarter mark is not that important yet, P. We're
50 we might.
50. Yeah, maybe we'll do tuxedos
or just something elevated. Yeah, but 100's the big one.
Yeah, definitely. But I thought the speed match, one of the things I got over, and this is the version I want forever now, is Shoot Fighter Natty is the one that I want.
Oh yeah, this kind of was like Natty's debut on WWE TV. Not Natalia, but Natty.
Yes, she finally was wearing the Shoot Fighter gear.
Yeah,
Shoot Fighter Natty is the way. P-Man, were you dressed up tonight? I just want to know.
Does he got a tuxedo T-shirt because he's formal, but he likes to party?
Right. Who's we, P? Did you dress up?
Maybe he did.
He probably did.
It's a big occasion. That's why everybody's showing out for the night shift tonight. I guess I should have promoted this as a bigger episode, guys. I'm sorry. Right. When you come off the biggest episode in show's history, it's hard to follow it up.
It definitely is. It is.
But thank you for that, by the way, guys.
Yeah. So that version of Natty is going to be great. Moving forward, I'm very excited for.
She has a match at Worlds Collide. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm very excited for her. I think why can't that version translate to more on TV? Why can't we have that? Why can't we? No,
I agree with you 100%. I'm not a fan of her still, but this is obviously better than whatever she was doing for the past 20 years.
Yeah, definitely. And by the way, when I ask about tonight, who's the rosters, I'm talking about the Full Sail University roster.
Yeah, me too. Right when they started going to Hulu, and then it got picked up by the network, I want to say.
So I think it was WWE 2012 was on Hulu. I think that was the first
when Seth Rollins and Jinder faced off, and then they brought in Big E, and then Bo Dallas. I'm trying to think of the lineage now. Adrian Neville, maybe. That's kind of the people we're talking there.
Yeah, you know what? It's so bad that I can't.
It's hard to find it. Trust me. It's probably not going to be easy.
2012 to 2014, before it went to the WWE Network on 2014.
See, I was right. Okay, it did get picked up by the network.
Yeah, it was on WWE. That was also awesome when it was on the WWE Network.
Very good.
2014. And I think that was even then. I think I'm trying to like think all the way back, and I can't seem to find something with I mean yeah, I can't seem to find something that has like
We'll have
some
to pencil
images.
it for another time, I think.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that. Anyway, so we get to the end of that, and we have the main, the finals now are going to be Candice LeRae and Lainey Reed, which is a good, good, yeah, and that's good. And then we go to the back and we get a little Zaruka and Hank and Tank, and that's lovely. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's like the mega powers coming together in NXT right there.
I just like how much they can make Zarya as like she is a badass, but they make her she can goof.
She has a personality, yeah. It would have been very easy for WWE to introduce Zarya as just a stone cold killer that doesn't really says much and just beats the shit out of everyone. But it's going to do more for Zarya in the long run now, establishing herself as a character on TV, and people could get attached to her emotionally. And then once she starts becoming a killer, which she probably is going to be very soon, we're going to be like, oh shit, now it's real.
And you know what I thought about a little bit about when you say something like a woman as a killer? So you had two killers who held the belts, and neither one of them is going to be on Homecoming. You have Asuka and Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, Shayna's unfortunately not even in the company, so that can't happen.
She's actually.
I mean, it could happen. Tyler's
yeah, but two absolute killers who aren't going to be. Even you should have put them against each other at the Homecoming. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Or at least brought Bailey back for Homecoming. That would have been fun.
I bet you Bailey will be there next week. But I'm saying, like,
that'd be great.
Absolutely, both of those.
She needs to come out as the hugger because she's so conflicted in her promos now on Monday Night Raw.
Which I love.
It's an identity crisis. Yeah, she comes out and then she just rips the Bailey buddies again.
When she came out with like the scythe or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was a great NXT moment right there.
Yeah. Okay, so after that, we get a little bit of dark Blake Monroe. The Blake Monroe that was Mariah May against Toni Storm. And that's what we were talking about, right? We said it. We said the blood comes out, and here comes Blake Monroe.
Switch.
Yep. And now I'm even more invested in her.
There isn't a better character than her in NXT now.
The stuff in the bathtub with the dark eye makeup running down her face, like you're just like, oh, here we go. Like,
and they're still paying nod to her Tony feud. Like the black shoes that she stabbed Tony with is probably the same ones in the thing. So that's kind of a respect thing too. It's like, hey, we know she did stuff in other companies. The fans probably know it too. Well, let's just lean into it.
She's a big star. She is a big giant star.
She's going to be a big thing.
And I think you treat her like a big giant star, and that's how you do it. And I like it very much. And she'll learn the WWE style, and then as soon as she goes up to the main roster, she'll be like Tiff Stratton. She'll win, several belts, and that'll be that.
Do you think like the Rumble is the time they would call her up, or is that too soon?
No, it's not too soon. But here's my problem with the Rumble. Isn't it in Saudi?
And they hate women.
And you can't wear you can't. Well, it's so true. And you can't wear the gear like. Blake needs to be in like the gear. Like that's gonna suck.
That's part of their aura, as the kids would say.
Yeah, like you can't have them coming out in their full body suits and everything.
Good point, Tino. That would be fun to have even Tony come back, but that ain't happening. She just comes out as timeless Tony Storm on Homecoming.
It would be awesome.
It would never happen.
And of course, no wrestling company gets along. So why would they ever allow that? Only
just
TNA.
Do it one time. Could you imagine? And the WWE really doesn't need to do it. It would be more of an AEW move. So I get why it'll never happen. But man, AEW versus WWE on a pay-per-view would sell the most tickets ever.
You could probably fill. Instead of
the biggest stadium in America,
right? And you wouldn't need a stage. Like you could put them in. You could do it at like a college football stadium that fits 100,000.
The big house, yeah,
and do it with just like a small stage because you don't need a giant one.
And then you split it with actual tribalists. You have 50% WWE, 50% AEW, and they're across the stadium from each other.
You do what they do in English football stadiums. You have to buy at the supporter section of your own supporters. You can't go. No, I'm a both fan. No,
can't ride the fence. Yeah, I know we say no tribalism here at the Main Event Wrestling Network, but no, we're booking this pay-per-view tribalism.
If we were fantasy booking an AEW WWE show,
I've done 2 podcasts on that with OTM. We booked it twice in the past 5 years.
I'm not even thinking the card. I'm just thinking how we deal with the dumb fans, which I love. And then you know what you do for the undercard? You do NXT versus ROH the night before.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Nobody would know anybody from ROH besides Athena. That's not a shot at anybody, by the way. There's some great talents in ROH, but you're making me pay for yours.
Yeah,
I'm
you gotta
not
choose
paying
this
for
right.
NXT. Yeah.
Fish, you're right. It doesn't. You have to. And if you come to the show and you're wearing a John Cena T-shirt in the AEW section,
Nope.
you should expect to get hit with hot dogs and
Can't do
everything
it.
else.
We're kicking
Nope.
you out and replacing you with Tino.
Right.
And Tino has to stream it from the event.
That's what,
Tino's sick, by the way, and he's still watching this show. So shout out
Tino's
to
the
Tino.
best. Feel better, Tino. Do you need me to send some matzo ball soup from Ben's? I could send it. It'll be frozen, but I'll get it to you.
I could get you some pizza from Passaic.
No, that would kill him. I'm not trying to kill him. Gross. Anyway,
I think about that pizza often, and not in a good way.
You should be ashamed of yourself. That's
Going to be taken out by the GCW Ushers, aka Mittens.
Mittens. Yeah. You know Mittens, Kyle?
No, I do not.
Mittens is this dude who works all the indie shows at the Mecca. He's a GCW guy.
No,
he has this big beard. He wears CM Punk wraps around his hands. And he's always worn them, and I guess that's where he's gotten the Mittens nickname from. But he's just a big slob, and he does this thing. He's always hammered, and he gets he does all the ring crew work. Like he's always.
Is he the long hair guy?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
Everybody knows.
He's always there.
Yeah, he's at every
Mittens.
single show. Yeah, and he wears these wraps. He used to wear these wraps and come to every show.
That guy scares me, man. I'm not gonna.
He's fine. He doesn't bother anybody.
Good.
Trust me.
All right,
he's just a big dummy. He doesn't
all right,
bother
fair
anybody.
enough.
Have
your fun then, man.
Yeah, my daughter even knows him. Like she goes, "Is Mittens gonna be there?" I'm like, "I don't know, probably." Like she's like, "Oh, there he is."
What a
like,
legend. Hanging out in the Mecca.
Yeah, in the Mecca at all the GCW shows. He went to Philly. He was like, he's with Brett he was with Danny DeManto over at ICW.
Right.
No holds barred. So anyway, okay, let's get to the tag match because I've told you this before. I do not like rebooking. I do not like rebooking tag matches, like title matches over and over. I just don't like it. I mean,
it's like the old-fashioned rematch clause that they used to do in the old WWE guard, but. I mean, I don't hate this. It's not like there's any other teams you're going to put up against Dark State right away.
Right.
Might as well just conclude this feud now.
Yeah, and they did use the. Yeah, he is. You just can't
don't feed him booze after midnight. He's a gremlin. Oh,
he is a gremlin. He is. What do you mean, Tino?
Pizza. Wow, he misses Chicago pizza. He's probably talking about the tavern style, not the deep dish, because tavern style is true Chicago style pizza. I'll show you when you come visit us.
I'm with you. When I was in Chicago, I did get the deep dish though, but I'm with you on tavern
the deep
style.
dish. If you're gonna get the deep dish, you got to get Lou Malnati's.
That's what I got, Lou Malnati's, and then I went and got the hot dog at the
Wiener Circle.
No, Primanti or whatever they're called. What's the place called?
Primanti's the one in Pittsburgh.
What's the name of the hot dog place that everybody goes to and the beef sandwich? I got
beef.
Al's beef, and then I got the hot dog from the other thing.
Portillo's.
All right. Portillo's, that's what I did.
That's
yep,
right.
I did.
And Fish, you are 100% right, and I'm going to Detroit this weekend, and there's a place called Amici's in Detroit. Not even kidding. It's the best pizza I've ever had, and it's Detroit style. That burnt cheese on the crust, just so good.
I don't like Detroit or Chicago style at all.
Oh,
I just don't.
I love both styles. I appreciate all pizza.
Yeah, I'll eat all pizza, but I don't like Chicago.
There's a reason they say
dish.
pizza's like sex. I mean, you
and wrestling.
Bad pizza's good.
That's right. Even bad wrestling is good too.
Well,
I agree.
I would say no. Like, hopefully, you have to find out and get last place in our fantasy league.
I won this week. Everybody gave me.
Did you? I won this week too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! Look at us. Boom.
Yep. I tell everyone's
wins.
like, Jay Gold, you're an idiot. Every pick I made, you're an idiot. Yeah, who's the idiot? Now? Josh
the night shift. The night shift is combined 2-0. People, we know ball over here.
Yeah, taking it over.
Take that podcast, Dad. You piece of shit.
Anyway, we get Dark State winning again, but we do get another Joe Hendry spot, which was awesome, and how I want it. That's exactly
He
how
almost struggled bursting through the thing, though.
Like he almost gave us
times.
He almost gave us a Shockmaster minute, like through the thing. You know
Look at
Shockmaster
what
Kyle?
Tino did. Yeah, I know Shockmaster when he fell through the thing.
Yeah, that's what he almost did. I had
yeah.
Too many vitamins and ordered
$40 worth of Portillo's. That had to be like a beef sandwich, probably a Chicago dog, maybe some fries. Then I get a Diet Coke and a shake.
I will say to you, Kyle, Chicago dogs, best hot dog, better than New York, way better.
And you have to get everything on it.
Love the pickle,
relish,
and the celery,
bell
salt.
peppers. Yeah,
love it all. Love it, and
Me too.
I love it, and it's so good, and I'm all
Chicago food is honestly incredible. Like if you actually go to Chicago and spend some decent amount of time there, you can try all kinds of food there too. They have everything.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. So we get Dark State wins on was it a roll up? It was just it was
Well, because Cutler ran through the ring because he was avoiding
and turned
Joe
it
Hendry, and then Osiris kind of snuck in and turned him over, which was innovative.
And I like that Cutler's getting tormented by Joe Hendry the last 2 weeks. That makes me laugh. I think
that's what happens when Cutler keeps insinuating butt stuff in his promos. Joe Hendry's going to appear. He likes butt stuff, apparently.
He wouldn't have liked the next morning at my house after that sandwich I ate. I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah. And if you guys didn't see that, some reason it's on our Twitter account.
Yes.
It should have been on the IW Guy Twitter account.
It's on our Twitter account because our Twitter account is verified. That's why I put it
Oh, that's fair. You can do longer videos on verified accounts. That is the correct way of doing it. That's why
in the end, I wanted to say to Butters because he was so mad at me about it, but I was like, literally,
that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, we're verified. Anyway.
We pay to be here, damn it.
We do. And then we get the progressive thing. We get our progressive match preview.
I didn't like this one.
For the flag match. Well, Lola Vice was later.
Okay.
This was the progressive match thing for the flag match. And I have to say, Tavion's new music is terrible. Whatever that was, 5.
I didn't notice it was new.
Oh, it's horrible.
I thought it was the same, to be honest with you, because it hasn't been memorable, so I haven't really paid attention to it. But you can say that about all the theme songs.
All of them, because they've all been Def Rebel, even though Def Rebel is supposed to be done after this month or something.
Whatever happened to Metro Boomin saying he was going to do some songs?
I think they lie to us. Everybody lies to us. They all
say they want to be a part of it, and they never do it.
Just bring Jim Johnston back and let him do that, because he was awesome. Anyway,
but he was. You're right.
So we get a little Lexus King and Charlie Dempsey, who I love. Charlie Dempsey doing his thing, and then Miles Bourne comes in, turns the lights out, and beats the crap out of Lexus King. All for it.
Sure. Go for it, brother.
I'm here for it. I like it. I like the feud.
I thought the feud would have been over with by now, but we're still going with it, I guess.
They need to keep Miles Bourne going because you know what, that kid is a star. He looks like $1 million. So I honestly
feel like it's going to be tough for him. I feel like it's going to be challenging.
I wish it wasn't. I like him a lot.
I agree with you. He has all the tools. He really does, but I feel like he's going to get lost in the shuffle.
I got another name popped into my head from the original NXT. Cassius Ono.
Oh no. Yep, there it is. I know that.
And this is pre getting released and coming back, having to wear all the jerseys because he got too big. Like that was.
Yeah, he put 1 year just put on it.
Yeah. I love Chris Hero, and he's Chris Hero is a very good trainer, and my pal Derek Dillinger.
This is where we needed the Great Brown Hope. We were talking about old NXT names.
And we're talking Great Brown Hope. We're talking Hulu days. So, like I just brought up,
he would know
Cassius Ono, and I said Richie Steamboat. So I need you to come up with. No NXT UK names. All NXT.
I never watched NXT UK
on Hulu 2012 to 2014.
Oh, I got one. Oksana. She was in NXT.
She came out with Antonio Cesaro.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nimania. That's what she used to say every time she came out. Nimania.
She brought her.
Oh no, that was Lana. I'm thinking of Lana. Right. Jesus Christ.
Well, she did too. Oksana was the same, but she.
Didn't they had the same gig, kind of. Yeah.
Oksana brought her boyfriend, who was a rugby player, and his name Antonio Cesaro. So that was the gimmick.
From Switzerland. Yep.
Right. Yep. So all right. So we get back to the show, and we have the flag match. Now, that bump when Heights speared Ethan Page through the middle and the bottom rope. And Ethan Page landed on the back of his neck.
That was tough.
That was crazy. I'm
surprised he just got up and acted like nothing happened too.
Yeah, that was. And the ref even
Derek
had to run
Bateman.
over.
Wow, that was EC3's first name.
Oh yeah, that's right, Derek Bateman.
Yeah. How could you forget about that?
Johnny Curtis before he was Fandango. That's right. He was Johnny Curtis.
Curtis. That's right. Jesus, these are some great names. We're having fun.
Yeah, we need more people. Come on. Anyway,
I feel like we can do better.
And Tavion Heights wins the match, which I still think Ethan Page should win all the time. There should be no losing. But
I don't see Tavion Heights eventually getting that title off of him. But it was a good.
But I love the match.
We don't get flag matches that often. So what's the harm in doing it? You know?
No, you're 100% right. You're Byron Saxton, one of the originals.
Bull Dempsey. How about that
Bull Dempsey, one of the worst people ever.
I didn't know he was a piece
Outlaw
of shit.
Pro Wrestling in Brooklyn. Oh, yeah, he sucks.
Percy Watson was on commentary before or after, yeah.
Watson with his eyeglasses.
Yeah, all right. Great Brown Hope could go on for days in the comment section.
Keep him coming. Pre-homecoming, we need more names. All right,
yeah, we got homecoming next week, so we're going to throw out all the old-timers.
Yeah, and so we get into Tyler, out of nowhere, Tyler Breeze's music hits.
Yes.
Yeah, it was great.
We needed the part where it goes, "Look, everyone, it's Tyler," and then they hit the music.
By the way, he was one of the first guys to do that, wrestling with the phone on.
Yep.
And he actually had it in the ring with him. Now, Too Hot Steve Scott, the wrestler, is another wrestler in
TikTok guy, right?
No, he's a like an original indie guy. He came out with the phones, but his gimmick was he'd take a picture of the wrestler, throw it away, he'd pull one out of his trunks. Then the wrestler, his opponent would grab it, he'd pull one out of his knee pad. Then the wrestler would grab that one, he'd pull one out of his boots. I thought that was great too. Selfie superstars, Too Hot Steve Scott.
Funny. There's a guy that's on TikTok that's like filming himself on his chest while wrestling matches and talking shit.
You know what? I like that. But
it's kind of a good idea. But Tyler Breeze was the first like innovator
OG,
doing something different and incorporating technology into his entrance.
One of the OGs to do that, and I loved it. And you could see that it was connected to the screen when he would come out, and you'd be like, "Oh shit!"
They did it tonight.
Yeah, they did it tonight. Yep.
Yeah, that was a nice nod to the past right there, and it got me in my feels. Not gonna lie. And the Great Brown Hope says Tyler Breeze, by the way,
he did.
Cairo, Egypt, streaming his phone live on the official Facebook of WWE. That's from that's right, versus Thunder Liger, who you got a picture with.
And I remember how crazy that was. Everyone when they
it's like Joe Hendry. We're just gonna do flashes of you.
When he wrestled Jushin Thunder Liger at that was the original takeover, wasn't it?
Yes,
that
I
match?
think it was. Yes.
Now we need that too. We need the cage match from the original NXT takeover.
We should do a bonus watch along of the very first takeover and put it on YouTube one day if we ever have some downtime. I feel like that'd be fun. Get some of the networking on it too, or maybe we save that for the 24-hour stream. Maybe we just watch the first takeover. Yeah.
Well, we can't show it, but
no, but like we could tell people what timestamp we're on and whatnot, like Tino does.
Yeah.
Josh Briggs had long hair when Jay Gold had that stash.
Oh, oh my God! Look at this. Here's the original 2014, the NXT Takeover. This is the original one, actually.
Oh, you got the card?
2014 full match card. Adam Rose versus Camacho.
Holy shit! Shout out to Great Brown Hope, Camacho.
The Ascension versus El Local and Kalisto.
El Local. I forgot about that name.
Tyler Breeze versus Sami Zayn. Charlotte versus Natalya in the NXT Women's Championship Tournament Final.
Remember that.
And Adrian Neville versus Tyson Kidd.
Yep. I remember this. Okay. Yeah, see, look, Tino's in on that idea too, watching along. Why not?
The original. I wish we could find that. You know, if we still had the network, we'd just throw that up there and it would be good to go.
On NXT Arrival. Yeah. Cesaro was on that card too.
Yeah, this was
Cesaro, Neville was on that card. Yeah, Bo Dallas probably. Arrival was technically the first
NXT Arrival
pay-per-view. Yeah, that's technically what the first one was.
Oh, let me see. Card.
And the reason we're talking about old NXT guys is because if you've been living under a rock and you don't watch NXT like we do, NXT Homecoming's next week. So everybody's coming back.
Yeah. So this was it. Okay, you're right. NXT Arrivals, February 27, 2014. Now here we go. The dark match.
Yeah, that's part 4. Yeah.
Mason Ryan versus Sylvester Lefort. Remember Sylvester Lefort?
Yeah, I do.
Sylvester Lefort brought Scott Dawson out. That was his guy.
Oh, yeah. Say yeah.
Yeah, that was his first guy. Okay, opening match was Cesaro versus Sami Zayn.
That was their 4th match, yeah.
The second match was CJ Parker versus Mojo Rawley.
Juice Robinson.
Now here's the thing. This NXT Tag Team Championship, this Ascension was the Ascension without Thomas Latimer. This was Connor and Victor. And they wrestled too cool. The original Ascension was the best Ascension. Connor and Thomas Latimer was the original Ascension.
I don't remember I only remember Victor and
So Thomas Latimer was Charlotte's husband. He got fired.
I didn't know
he was the one who she pressed charges against for assault. Now he was the original tag partner of Connor in NXT in the Ascension, and they were amazing together. That Ascension was amazing.
Guerrero was in
Ascension and that was against Too Cool. Okay, here NXT Women's Championship: Paige versus Emma.
I remember
Tyler Breeze versus Xavier Woods.
I feel like I remember this too. Okay,
and I am dying to see if you would know this. The main event was the NXT Championship ladder match.
It was Adrian Neville versus Cesaro, right? Or not Cesaro. Adrian Neville versus Bo Dallas.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good job.
And that's when Neville won, right?
He did.
Yep. I remember it. See, I told you. I've been watching NXT from the start.
No, but that's amazing. You just thought of that off the top of your head.
Dude, I'm telling you, NXT is my favorite. That is like everybody's Attitude Era. What that is to them was what NXT is to me.
It's great. It's really great, and
that's what made me really fall in love with wrestling and understand it at a deeper level. Because from 2011 to like when NXT started to get good, that was a tough period for wrestling as well.
2011 to 2014 was rough.
That stretch was
when
my
CM
first
Punk
3
left,
years.
Oh,
that was my first 3 years as being a fan.
Was that when Stephanie and Triple H and they all came out and said, we're going to listen to the crowd from now on, and they didn't listen to anybody?
No.
Yeah.
And that was the same year that Rey Mysterio won the title, and then he lost it at the end of the night, which Great Brown Hope probably loved.
I love his passion.
Fuck Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, I love it. It's outrageous how much he hates him.
At least he's committed to the bit.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, they're on Peacock, by the way, he said.
Both parts of what?
Probably TakeOver, I'm assuming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, part 2. Arrival? There's 2 parts of the Arrival? I'm confused.
Yeah, I don't know what that one is.
Yeah, I'm not confused sure what's going on in the chat. Sorry.
I didn't mind NXT 2.0 either, by the way, since we're talking about it, with Boa and Xia Li, remember when they were like talking to some weird little Asian lady in a chair? Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
What was that? I still don't understand what that was. Does anybody remember that?
Yeah, and I didn't know NXT Arrival is 2 parts. That's what they're saying. Yeah.
And by the way, there was a COVID NXT was Riddle and Keith Lee and Karrion Kross,
Fight Pit, yeah.
Adam Cole, yep. And
that was a fun era too. Pat McAfee and Adam Cole.
And Timothy Thatcher was there, and they had a bunch of. I mean, look, people, we're gonna get a little nostalgic because we have so much going on as far as NXT's homecoming next week for guys like
all the casuals are going to come back next Tuesday when we are here every week.
That's right. We're going to be here every week, and let's get to the next part because there was, again, you said you didn't like it, but I love this documentary style on Lola Vice. I think it's great. I'm not sure what they're doing with it.
This one felt cheesy to me. I don't know.
What are they doing with it?
One.
Is she winning like the AAA title or something? What is she doing?
No, I think she might win the NXT title. I think they might position her to beat JC Jane. They're like JC Jane's going to get her ass whooped at Homecoming.
Yeah.
So they're making her look really weak going into her next title defense. I think Lola's going to take it because they're really building her up.
Yeah. You know what? I think you're right. Yeah.
Let's 2 parts right there. He's right.
So let's get into. Oh, and you know what? You remember Heavy Machinery? Was that in? That was two.
Oh, that's why I called Tucky. That was that's more like 2018 or 2016 probably. When
Heavy Machinery.
Because Otis always went Tucky, and that's why I always do that to start the intro. So that's why, because I always called him Tuck, and then when Heavy Machinery became a thing, Tuck started doing this like Heavy Machinery would on the podcast. So I just started screaming Tucky at him.
Oh my God! There's a picture here of these guys, these NXT guys. So one is Adam Rose, but he was Leo Kruger.
Yeah, I remember the Leo Kruger.
That was the best. I loved that.
Leo Kruger was a lot better than Adam Rose.
Dude, I was at a I forgot which show I went to. It was a Raw or SmackDown, and he was on the dark match as Leo Kruger. And everyone's like, "Who the hell is this guy?" I'm like, "That's the guy from OVW. Everybody's gonna love this dude." But then it's Aaron Stevens who became Damian Sandow, Tyler Black as Seth Rollins, and then Big E Langston. And this dude with a mask.
3 ain't enough.
There's a dude with a mask.
How about Blue Pants? Do you remember Blue Pants?
Oh yeah, what's her face?
She
went to AEW for a long time.
She was with Big Cass and Enzo Amore. God, if they came back, they couldn't because Big Bill is in AEW.
Well, they could bring Enzo back. He's doing nothing.
I'd pop for it.
Everybody would be like,
he's a part of Fourth Round, isn't he? Isn't that what they're called?
Yes, Fourth Rope. He's with Josh Bishop and Gallows and Anderson and a bunch of other guys. Yeah,
I debated meeting him at WrestleCon.
You can meet him at anything. You can do it. You can meet him all the time if you want to.
You're soft, you're sloppy. They call me Poppy.
It's a great song, by the way. I don't care what anybody says about that. But all right, so we go from that to our main event, and you know what? This main event ripped, baby.
Great main event.
There was. Okay, so Zaruka versus Fatal Influence versus Paxley and Izzy Dame, and I didn't realize that it was an elimination.
Yeah.
So all I know is the spots where they all went through the ropes and did stuff, and then it ended with Saul doing the 360 or whatever, the corkscrew.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was a great spot for women too to do all that. Even Zarya took a dive on top of on the other side on top of what's his face, Ty Dillinger,
Yeah.
and I thought she broke her neck and she had to like get up and they were checking on her. But that was a hell of a match.
Yeah.
Really well done. Shocking that they didn't go with Zaruka. They went with Paxley and Izzy Dame to do the tag titles because I guess they know they're not going to win them. But
that's what the WWE does really well is with these like multi-women matches, they let everybody get their shine at some point. Like everybody had a moment in this match where you can point to and be like, dang, I didn't know she had that in her bag. Like it goes back to what we always say, the NXT women's division is just so deep. And they were on display here in the main event. Like you said, everybody had a moment of shine. Sol Ruka and Zarya, obviously, it feels like they're going to be rushing that dissension. I don't think they're ever going to get that opportunity to be tag champions, even though it's something I always wanted to see. But I feel like it makes a lot of sense because really, who else would be the next one to take that title off of Sol? I feel like Zarya is the one that makes the most sense.
Yeah, I would think. I think Zarya is going to be a very good North American champion when she finally does win it. But I thought
Izzy
this match
and Tatum's more of a long-term play. Like out of all those teams that were in that match, they're going to be around a lot longer. So it makes sense that they're going to win.
And I thought it was awesome. And I'm a big fan. And I think Paxley and Izzy Dame. I think I didn't give them enough credit. Yeah, I didn't give them enough credit. But I said, and you said it too. There must have been a reason why they got rid of Gigi Dolan and kept Tatum Paxley. They see something in her.
And I see it too. The fans get behind her. That's what it is. There's just like a natural draw to her.
Yeah. I really liked it. I thought the match was great. And so we get the finish. The ring clears. JC Jane is shouting at everybody. And what happens? Two limos or two giant, SUVs pull up. And we get La Primera coming out. And she looks fantastic. And then she calls out Tiffany Stratton, who looks fantastic. I was just like, whoa, I got to stop for a minute. Like, let me take a look here.
A lot of beautiful women on the screen.
A lot. All at once. And then they call out Rhea Ripley. And
it's almost too much.
It was too much. You're right. It was. It's a lot for this old man. And you know what? That's only stuff I pay for. Jesus. And then and
I'm trying to think of a wrestling take, but you're making me laugh.
Right. So but
it was just cool. I mean, it's like the whole build and the vibe now going into Homecoming. Those are three of the top women in the history of NXT that they could have brought back. Obviously, there's other names that, like we mentioned earlier, Bayley, Sasha Banks, Toni Storm. You can't bring back those kind of names, but that's also the future in the same part on the main roster with Rhea, Tiffany, and Stephanie. They know that's the big three, dude. Right now on the main roster, there it is. They just showed you right there.
That is a giant what's it called? Because every woman on the main roster is in NXT, but that is a giant vote of confidence to say we are sending you three down there to bring our ratings up. On CW, if we want a huge pop next week, and you three are how we're going to do it. That's a really big deal. And I am just fine seeing all three of those ladies bring us into the next generation. All six of those ladies not so much Jasmine Hicks.
No, yeah, we're out on Jasmine.
Right. 5 of 6 of them could bring us into the next generation of women talent. And I am all for that. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, though, I feel like Fallon Henley is always going to be just a good hand. Because they've never really given her the ball on her own. But she can go, man. I think she's one of the more underrated ones in NXT.
Well, wasn't she the head of Fatal Influence before JC, and then she lost that North American title?
I feel like kind of, maybe, but not officially. Because they had Mandy Rose when it was Fatal Attraction or whatever it was called. Toxic Attraction, sorry.
Yeah.
Mixing names here.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think Tatum is getting. I mean, Fallon Henley is starting to grow on me also. But there's JC Jane. I am so proud of as far as how long we've watched her
evolved.
And say like, yeah, her personality. They gave her the ball and let her run with it, and she's doing great. And she's a great heel, and everybody wants to see her get her comeuppance.
Yeah.
So, and then
what I really would have liked. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah. What?
I don't know if there's any two other heels that they could have aligned with Fatal Influence, but I think you could have thrown like an Io Sky into this. Just keep bringing back more and more of the female talent.
You have
and
so
maybe
many.
even Bianca Belair if she was healthy. I feel like you had those 5 women. To me, that's the big 5 in the women's division on the main roster. Showcase your best 5 on the main roster and your best 5 in NXT.
Well, you got to get Bailey. You have to have Charlotte. You have to have Alexa Bliss. I mean, these
They're
are all
so
NXT
like
women.
evolved from like NXT.
Yeah,
At
that's
least
true.
that's more recent with those.
You're 100%
That's like
right.
the
actually.
next batch because the 4 horsewomen are in that class ahead of them. Just
And
like
Alexa
AJ
Bliss.
Lee's in the class ahead of Becky Lynch and all them.
Yeah, and Alexa Bliss was one of the original.
She's not even in like any of those groups. I feel like
She was a gimmick. She was like that weird pixie gimmick for a while.
An accessory to Blake and Murphy.
Well, do you remember Blake and Murphy? There you go. There's another tag team who held the belts.
We talked about them last week, I think.
They held the belts for a long time, and so did the Vaudevillains. They were another team.
Vaudevillains. They had a good theme song, Blake and Murphy. It was just techno, like EDM music, but it was hell yeah.
Wait, you didn't give me anything for the Vaudevillains? Those Simon
Gotch, in English, the Vaudevillains.
You know who that guy was?
One of my least favorite things.
That was that. You know who the dude was? That was that fat dude who covered himself in baby oil on New Year's Eve. That episode of Raw, Chris Johnson or whatever his name was.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So they had this writer who
that's a name, by the way. Sawyer Fulton's a deep pull.
Madman Fulton is now in a tag team in Wrestling Revolver with Cruel, and he goes by. We just watched him in a match, Diaspora something or other, and they're the tag champs in Wrestle Revolver. Sawyer Fulton.
Oh, okay.
And
I didn't know he was still going.
Yeah, they're called the Macabre, and they actually are a tag team. Yeah, Baron Corbin, the Lone Wolf, where nobody kicked out of the End of Days until he got to the main roster.
Bro, I understand why Corbin shaved his head, because you could see that bald spot when he was in NXT and had all that hair.
Here's what I always laugh at.
But the spotlight entrance was very cool.
Yes, but I always laugh at a guy like him where you're like, he's not going to win any titles, right? He shouldn't be, but he's like, the interviews with him now and like
He's
the
a
last
great guy to have on your roster.
Yeah, but the interviews was nobody kicked out of my End of Days until I think it was AJ Styles.
He loves protecting that finish.
Yeah. It's not that great, bro. Hang in there. Like,
I think
cool.
It's great.
It's cool. Okay. But Mojo.
He retired Kurt Angle.
Wow. Kurt Angle could barely walk when he got up there.
Kurt Angle probably wants John Cena's final match.
Kurt Angle can't get in a ring. I wouldn't let him get in a ring.
I'm just saying that Kurt's probably like, hey, if I didn't have this neck injury, it could be me.
Right, if it wasn't for this dastardly neck injury.
Maybe Bret Hart will have a complaint about the way they do John Cena's last match.
Just waiting for it.
I'm kind of glad I missed that, whatever that thing was for SummerSlam, because Bret Hart just seems miserable.
Yeah, right? He really is. I mean, all you're going to hear.
I never was a Bret Hart guy. I watched a little bit of old stuff, but he wasn't one of the guys that like drew to me.
And you know what? People like make fun of me about it, but like my guys were the British Bulldogs and was the Dream Team. So I was a Valentine and Beefcake guy growing up. Like I love those dudes.
It's kind of the opposite of Bret Hart.
Absolutely.
So that's why I get it.
But they were better heels. I thought the Hart Foundation were good heels, but the Dream Team were the best heels. Valentine
was the Anvil actually a solid worker?
Yeah, Anvil was awesome.
Yeah. It was.
Oh yeah, he was the power in that team. He just did all the power slams and everything else. I love that dude. Anyway, it is 10 after 11, Kyle, and we are at the end here.
I can feel it. It's almost time for my bed.
Yeah, and this was a fun episode, fun night tonight.
Next week, though. Ooh.
Homecoming, everybody.
It's going to be a fun episode. I feel like we're going to have to bring in some... We should bring in some talent for that.
Yeah, all right.
It's homecoming. Dino, Great Brown Hope, anybody, the Calvary, whoever wants to stop by. Let's make this show fun.
Yeah, whoever wants to come and join us, and let's keep subscribing, everybody. We want to hit 200. We got a lot to give away.
I think we got to be at like 190 by now. Come on, guys. It shouldn't take us this long. I mean, who else is giving you not just weekly wrestling content here with the Night Shift, daily wrestling content? And it's not just podcasts. We got blogs as well, guys. We got everything over here at the Main Event Wrestling Network.
Yep. So let's see what you guys can do next week.
189, yeah. 189.
All right, we're almost there. So let's see.
We're kind of slacking.
We got to put some more stuff out. Don't make me put more food reviews out.
Fair enough. Yay. What you got going on with IW Guide this week?
So this week we reviewed the 2-episode Jerry Lynn Invitational Tournament with Wrestling Revolver, and it was the finals of this show was Rich Swann versus Alan Angels for that Jerry Lynn tournament, and it's an interesting show. It was long. We watched two episodes. The first part was an hour and 40 minutes. The second was almost 3 hours and change.
Wow.
So we reviewed it. So come on and join us. It was a fun night, and yeah, check us out tomorrow. It drops Thursday at midnight.
I'll be checking it out. You don't know it, but I listen to every single episode of IW Guide. I might skip through a little bit of the interviews, but I love hearing you guys chit-chat and talk shit. So
yeah,
always good banter over there. And guys, no OTM this week. Nothing for the rest of the week wrestling-wise for me. I'm kind of laying low this week, not going to lie. I got as you know already, but I want to see if any of the listeners have heard of this, a diaper party in Michigan. So it essentially is an excuse for the guys to get together, drink. I gift diapers to dad to be because he's about to have his first kid. So that's what I'll be doing this weekend. So I'm staying away from wrestling content. I guess it's a mini vacation for Mr. OTM because I also will be going to Indianapolis and staying there all weekend next weekend. So Jay Gold, you're ahead of the network for the next 2 weekends. Congratulations.
In the hands of HR, baby.
I don't know how that's going to go, but
we'll see.
Here we go. I guess we'll find out, guys. But hey, thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next week.